Hello everyone, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment, and why not become a member. I was asked to show how to set up Slackware-cuirrent, and I thought that it doesn't have ISO or installation media. I looked online and I discovered that it has, whereas on the official website of Slackware there is only the main release, and as of the time of recording this video it is 15.0. We have at least two links that we can get our installation medium from. This one and this one, they don't differ much. We better get the install DVD, the one that is of 5.2 gigabytes. We click it and it should download for us. I'm using here a download manager to make things faster. Click download again. Our ISO file is downloaded, as you can see. Since our installation medium is ready, let's make a virtual machine. That's all I can do about installing it. I don't think it differs much with the real hardware when it comes to the installation, nor with Slackware's main installation media. Let's make this one, we call it like this. We choose it. Here it is. Select it. Make it UEFI here, and then we start the virtual machine. Here enter. The rest is very similar to the installation of any official Slackware, at least for 14.2 and 15.0. The rest I'm not sure of, but I don't think it differed much over the time. Here we press enter. Here we choose root, enter. Type root and enter. I will clear out the screen. We run cfdisk. Here we choose GPT. Since we chose UEFI, in your case if it is MBR, choose DOS, which is the second option. Then enter. I guess I need to make this full screen like this. Here like this. And then here we choose new. We give it around 100 megabytes. Uppercase M for megabytes. Enter. We go to type. You choose between the different options with the left and right arrow keys. And the type we choose EFI system. Later the installation will recognize it and use it, otherwise it will complain and the installation may fail, or it will be missing that partition. Here we create a new partition. Let's make it 2 gigabytes. This one is for swap, and here we select swap for the type, and then this one new, keep it the way it is, and then for the type we choose Linux file system, and then we go to write this one, enter, type yes here, enter, and then enter again for quit, which is already highlighted for me. I will clear the screen. For the type, here it is. If I can highlight it for you, no. It's at the top right of the window. There is device, start, end, sectors, size, and type. I'll clear out the screen now. And we run setup. Enter. There are some things here that are very like personal, if we can say, depending on the personal preferences. So if I chose any, doesn't mean that's right and what you did is wrong. You can choose whatever you want, like the file system and the installation bundles. For the key map, I will keep it the way it is. For the swap, it will detect it. As you can see, it did. Here I will choose no. You can choose yes. Okay. Here the partition that I chose before to install the system, and it recognized it. So select is highlighted. I will press enter. For the format, here where I choose the file system, I will go with ext4 or extended 4. Enter. Enter again. Yes, here. Enter. It's highlighted already. Here, enter. Here, enter. Enter here. It will automatically find the installation medium. Here I will reduce some of the stuff that I don't need to speed up the install process. For Linux kernel source, this is in case you want to build your own kernel. I don't think I need it. Games not needed for me. For you, you can choose whatever you want. I got rid of the KDE Plasma desktop. Here I will press enter for OK. This one also is fine for me. OK, enter. Here press enter as long as skip is the one that is chosen. I don't think you want to make a USB Linux boot stick. In case you want, just select create. Here we choose skip install in Lilo and proceed to eLilo installation. Enter. Here install, enter, OK. Install also, enter, since OK is highlighted. Yes, enter. Here, yes, enter. Yes, enter. Host name, you can call it whatever you want. I can call it current like this, for instance. Enter. This one like this. Enter. Enter again here. Enter. Yes, here. Enter. It's correct. Enter. Here you choose whichever services you would like to have started at every boot. They are fine for me the way they are. Choose whichever you want. Then select OK, then enter. Here I don't want to do this. Enter. Here you choose your time zone. I chose that. This one is fine for me. Enter. And this one also I will choose XFCE. OK is highlighted, so I'll press enter. This one I will choose the password for root. Enter here. OK, our setup is complete. We can exit out of here by selecting exit Slackware Linux setup. If you have anything else to do, you can do it before you reboot or after the reboot, as long as your system is bootable. Okay, I will remove the installation medium. I guess it is removed. We will reboot. Here a part of screen doesn't allow me to see the login and the password. I will try to type it. Yes, clear. We can start X or maybe add a user by running this command. call it like this as usual, enter. No, it's wheel here, and then pass wg for that user. Alright, let's switch the user to wait like this, and then we can start X like this. Nope, it refused. I guess because of the privileges I need to add it to video group if I'm not mistaken. I will prove that XFCE works by starting X on the user root. And you can see that the mouse appeared and our desktop environment for Slackware works. If we ping Google, it means it works, which means that the virtual machine is connected to the internet. Anyway, that was the second way to install Slackware-cuirrent and get it working on your system. I'm signing out, and peace.